Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome dear students to our science class. So for our science class today we are going to start again from the beginning. Alright. So today's topic is about being alive. Being alive. Right? Being alive means something that is living, right? Alright. So let's look at this picture. Okay, the title says animals and plants alive. Animals and plants alive. Okay, animals and plants are living things. Alright, so let's look at this picture. Okay, what you can see from here. Alright, can you see a living plant? Can you see a living plant? Look closely. What will you see? This tree, is it a living plant? It is a living plant, right? Very good. Right. Then now look closely again. Can you see a living animal? Can you see a living animal? Now look closely. Can you spot an animal that's living? A bird? A bird? A butterfly? You can see a lot of animals here, right? So animals and plants are living things. Okay. Now can you see things that have never been alive? Okay, something that has never been alive. Now can you try to guess? Something which has never been alive. Now you are wondering, how do I know which one is a living thing and which one is a non-living thing, right? How can I differentiate between living things and non-living things? Alright, so now let's look at these slides. So today we're going to learn about living things and non-living things and how we can differentiate between them, right? Okay, so let's see. Living things are animals, plants, and humans, right? Animals. Do you know any animal? A cow, is it an animal? A bird, right? So animals are living things. Plants, like a tree, like flowers, they are living things. Very good. Humans, who are humans? Okay, people, right? Like your mother, like your sister, right? They are living things. Very good. Right. What are non-living things? Right. Some example of non-living things are table, pen, phone. Okay, they are non-living things. Right. So how do I know whether these things are non-living? How do I know whether they are living or non-living? Right. Let's look here. Okay. Firstly, living things, they move. Okay, they move by themselves. Okay, they move by themselves. Okay, for example, an animal like a cow. A cow, it does move, right? It does move from one place to another place. Very good. Okay, can your mother move? Right, your mother moves from one place to another place. So humans also move. How about the plant? Does the tree move? Okay, so the tree may not move from one place to another place, but the leaves move, right? Right, with the wind they move here and here, right? Very good. Okay, second things, living things, they reproduce. Reproduce means they give birth or they have babies, right? So now let's go back to the animals. Okay, animals, they have babies. For example, same, a cow. A cow have a baby, right? And what we call a baby cow? Calf. Very good. So baby cow is called calf. Right, so cow is a living thing because it gives birth, it has a baby. Very good. How about human being? So humans also, they have babies, right? They can give birth to babies. Very good. So human beings also are living things because they reproduce. Plants, yes, right? Plants give birth to seeds, right? So the plants give seeds. Some of them, they give birth to fruits, right? So plants also are living things because they reproduce. All right. Okay, something else. Grow, right? So living things, they grow from being small to big, right? Okay, let's go back to our example. A baby calf. So a baby calf, when it's young, is a baby calf. It grows, it becomes big animal. We call it a cow, right? So it grows. Very good. Okay, humans also. Human babies, they start from being very young, that they cannot even walk by themselves. Okay, they gradually start walking, they grow up, they grow big and big until they become an adult. Very good. Okay, how about a plant, right? It's, the plant starts with a small tree or seeds. Okay, when they're very small, you water them, we give them some nutritions, and the sun helps. So the plant also moves from small tree to a big tree, right? Okay, so humans, animals, and plants, they grow. That's why they are living things. All right. The number 4 thing that we can differentiate also is breathe. So living things, they breathe, right? Okay, now let's go back to our example. Okay, we had an animal, cow, right? Does a cow breathe? Of course, a cow has to breathe to be alive, right? How about humans? Okay, like your mother, your sister. Okay, do we breathe? Right? So we have to breathe to be alive. So all living things, they breathe. All right, a plant. So a plant, we may not see how they breathe, but they also breathe, all right? And they are the source of oxygen that we are inhaling, right? But maybe we cannot see how they breathe. We don't see their nose, right? We cannot see how they breathe, but they also breathe, right? And the last point that you can differentiate between living things and animal and non-living things is living things, they need nutritions. Okay, they need nutrients to grow, to be alive, right? For example, okay, we go back to our same example, a cow. A cow needs food to eat to grow. So the nutrition is a food that they need to eat. They need to eat the grass to grow, to be alive, all right? So it's a must for living things to have a food, eat something, or nutrients. All right. Okay, how about humans? Like our mothers, our sisters, do they need to eat to be alive? Of course, right? We cannot be hungry all the time, right? So we need to eat to be alive. So we need to have nutrients. Very good. The same thing is with the plants, right? The plants need nutrients. So where does the plants get its nutrients? Number 1, from the water, right? We pour them with the water. We take care of them with water. Number 2, from the sun, right? So they get their nutrients from the sun and from the water. So all living things, they have to eat something. They have to feed, being fed. Okay, they need nutrients, right? So remember these 5 things. Living things, they need to move. 1, they need to reproduce, right, or have babies. They need to grow from small to big. They need to breathe, and they need to have nutrients, right? So they need to have nutrients, right? How about the non-living things, right? So non-living things, They don't move by themselves. Okay? Non-living things, they don't move by themselves. You can move them, but by themselves they cannot move, right? For example, a pen. Okay, does a pen, can a pen move by itself? No, but you can make them move, right? Very good. And then non-living things, they cannot give babies. They cannot give birth to babies. Can a pen have a baby pen? It's not, right? That's so silly, right? Okay, and they don't grow, right? So a pen doesn't grow from being a small pen to a big pen, right? They doesn't grow. They don't grow. Very good. And also they don't breathe, right? They don't breathe, right? Look at your pencil or your pen and see, do they have any nose to breathe? No, right? Very good. And they also don't need a nutrients. They don't need a food to be. They don't need a food. You don't need to feed your pens, right? You don't need to give them any food. Very good. So this is how we can differentiate between living things and non-living things. Okay, we remember these 5 things. Living things, they move, they reproduce, they grow, they breathe, they need nutrients. But non-living things, they don't move, they don't reproduce, they don't grow, they don't breathe, they don't need nutrients. Very good. All right. So now let's practice. All right. Let's practice with these things that we can see on the board. All right. Number 1. What do you think of a bear? Does a bear move? Is a bear living things or non-living things, right? In order for us to know whether it's a bear living things and non-living things, we're going to ask our 5 questions, right? Okay. Number 1. Does a bear move from one place to another place? Yes. Okay. So number 1, it moves, right? So does a bear reproduce? Does a bear have a baby? Yes, very good. So a bear have a baby. How about, does a bear grow from being a small baby to an adult bear, a big bear? Yes, very good. So it does, right? Does a bear breathe? Okay, does it breathe? Of course it breathes. Very good, right? And lastly, does a bear need food or nutrients in order to be alive? Right, very good. So a bear also needs to be fed. So is a bear living things or non-living things now? We tick all the 5 elements. Does it a living things or a non-living things? Those who tick all the 5 things, we say, yes, they are living things. So a bear is a living animal, right? Right. Okay. Now let's look at a microphone. You know what is a microphone, right? Okay. So let's see. Is a microphone a living things or a non-living things? Okay. In order for us to know whether this thing is a living things or a non-living things, what can we do? We need to double check with our 5 elements of living things, right? Okay. Number 1, does a microphone move from one place to another place by itself? No, right? Very good. So number 1, no. Does a microphone reproduce? Does a microphone have a baby microphone? Now let's think. Is it? No, very good. So a microphone doesn't have a baby microphone, right? How about, does a microphone grow from small microphone to a big microphone? No, right? How about, does a microphone breathe? Listen to the microphone. Does it breathe? No, of course. Very good. Right. And lastly, Does a microphone need food or nutrients? Does it need to eat? That's so silly, right? It doesn't need. So, what is a microphone? It doesn't tick all of them. Yes. It says all of them. No. So, is a microphone a living thing or non-living things? Microphone is a non-living things. Very good. Non-living things. Right. Okay. Now let's move to flower. Okay. Let's say sunflower. Right. Okay. Is a sunflower living thing or non-living things? We are not sure. So what we do? We go check our 5 elements of living things. Right. So now let's see. Does a sunflower move? Can the sunflower make movement? Let's see. We cannot see a sunflower moving from one place jumping to another place. But does the leaves move, make movements? Yes, right. So they make movements. How about, does it reproduce? Does a sunflower can have a small baby sunflower? Yes, correct. Very good. It can, right? And then, does a sunflower grow from being small plant, small flower to a big flower? Yes, very good. It has been very small seeds and it will grow to a big sunflower. And does a sunflower does it breathe? This is also a trick question. Does a sunflower breathe? Right. So we may not see how does a plant breathe, but it breathes. Okay. And it actually gives us the oxygen that we need. So a sunflower, yes, it does breathe. And lastly, does a sunflower need nutrients? And you need to feed them? Yes, of course, we need to water them. They need the sun to get their nutrients, right? So, since sunflower checked all 5 elements, what do you think? Is sunflower a living thing or a non-living thing? What do you think? It is a living plant, right? So it is a living plant. Alright. Okay. Now we have table. Right. Now we have a table. Okay. Does a table a living thing? Okay. Is a table a living thing? Right. Let's double check with the 5 elements again. Okay. 1. Does a table move from one place to another place? Yeah, right. Sometimes we see the table is here and it goes over there. Does it move? Very good. The table doesn't move by itself. We make it move, right? We take it from one place to another place. But by itself, does it move? Does it have legs to move by itself? No. Very good. So the table doesn't move, right? How about, does the table reproduce? Does it have a baby? Can we see a baby table? Yeah, sometimes we see small table, right? And next to it there's a big table. Is that the baby table for the big table? Nah, right? Okay, we can make small tables, we can make big tables, but the table doesn't give birth to small table, right? Okay, so no. How about, does the table grow? Okay, if you see small table, does it grow over the time and you see it's growing and becoming a big table? Nah, that's silly. The table will stay at the same position, alright? It will never grow. Okay, 4. Does the table breathe? Can you check if the table breathes? Does it have a nose? Nah, silly, right? The table doesn't breathe. Very good. How about, does a table needs nutrients? Do we need to feed a table? Give them food, or maybe water, or maybe sun? What do you think? No, right? Very good. It doesn't need any nutrients, right? So, if we checked all of it no, what do you think? Is it a living thing or a non-living thing? What is it? Table. It doesn't tick all of our 5 elements to be a living thing, right? So it is non-living things. Very good. Non-living things. All right. Okay. Now I have for you the last one. Okay. Now it's you. Okay. What are you? Are you a living thing or are you a non-living thing? Go check yourself. Okay. Number 1. Do you move from one place to another place? Can you move? Show me. Can you move? You have legs. Can you move? Okay. Move to the right. Now move to the left. Can you do that? Yes? Alright. So yes, number 1, you can do that. Okay, let's see number 2. Can you reproduce? This is a tricky question. When you grow up, will you be able to have a baby? Will you be able to have a baby? Will there be a baby of you when you grow up? Maybe, right? So, yes, you can have. Now, check. Do you grow? Were you very small baby, cannot walk? And now, are you a big girl or a big boy who can sit down, can eat by him or herself? Do you grow? Do you think you're going to grow from now? You're going to grow bigger and bigger? What do you think? Let's think. Do you grow? Yes? Yes, very good. So yes, we grow. Then, now let's check the 4th element. Do you breathe? Do you breathe? Number 1, do you have a nose? Where is your nose? Touch your nose. Touch your nose. Very good. Okay. Now, see, you can breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Can you feel your breath? Yeah, right? Very good. So, you breathe, right? Yes, otherwise you won't be alive. Very good. Okay, last one. Do you need a food in order for you to be alive? Do you need a food? Do you always go to the dining table and eat something? Do you eat? Do you drink water? Or are you fasting? Yes, you still need to drink water and eat. Even if you are fasting, later you're gonna break your fast, right? Very good. So yes, we drink, we eat in order to be alive. So we need a nutrition. So what are you? Are you a living animal, a living thing, or you are a non-living things? What are you? Correct. You are a living human being, right? You are a living human. Very good. So that's it. In order for us to know living things and non-living things, we check with the 5 elements. Okay, whether they move, reproduce, grow, breathe, and need nutrients. Very good. Okay, so now we are done. Okay, we understand what is living things and non-living things. Okay, let's look at this activity, and I want you to try at home. Right? Okay. Go outside your house or maybe inside your house. Okay, and try to look for living things. Okay, draw any living things that you can see. Right? Look for a large living things and also look for a small living things. Right? Try to find at least 6. Okay, try to find 6 living things and draw. Right? Okay, and also look at these photos. I wanted to talk about these photos to your parents. Right? Okay, which photos shows things that are alive? Which photos shows things that are alive? Okay, which one shows alive? This one or this one or this one? Okay, tell your parents. Right? And then which photo shows things that are non-living? Okay, which one is shows that which one is non-living? Is it this one or this one or this one? Okay, and then lastly, if you remember, how do you know which things are alive? How do you know whether this one is alive or this one is alive or this one is alive? How do we know? You can tell your parents. Very good. So to sum up, today we learn about some things are alive, right? And some things have never been alive, like a sun. Okay, find out why the sun has never been alive, right? So that's it for our today's class. Thank you so much. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.